What is up, my buttery biscuits? So in today's video, I'm excited. We have a review for you guys, and which I really wasn't planning on buying this. It's the Tati Beauty Blendiful sponges, or whatever you want to call them. I don't really know. They're kind of weird. And I was actually not planning on buying it because it just didn't look too intriguing to me. However, as soon as I started watching some reviews, people really loved it. So I was like, let me try it out, because you know how it is sometimes. Let's keep it really real. When there's like a big influencer behind something, everyone wants to love it. So that way they can get, you know, shouted out maybe on a big influencer's page or something like that. You guys know the drill by now. So I was like, let me check it out for myself. So I saw plenty of reviews and it really did look good. So I was like, let me see, let me put it to the test. One review in particular though, Manny MUA's, I saw him use a powder puff. Well, not use. He said that he like had a powder puff there or whatever. And I was thinking he was going to do one side with the powder puff, one side with the Blendiful by Tati Beauty. So I said he didn't end up doing that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it out because I never literally had the thought to cross my, or what am I even talking about? I literally am drinking a big old thing of coffee right now. Like this big old thing of coffee. And y'all, I'm gonna be fumbling on my words. The thought had never crossed my mind to use a powder puff to apply foundations or concealers or anything like that. And then I saw him with the Blendiful, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do one side with this and one side with that, because these MAC sponges, I believe they are $14 for two. However, okay, when I bought them though, I was a MAC employee and I got 60% off, so that's a huge price difference from $18 to the Tati Beauty, which I will say though right off the bat is a very fair price. $18 for two. There is one large, one small. Actually, let me just go ahead and open it up just to show you guys right here in the little intro. It comes in this little black package like this, and let's see. Okay, oh, it feels kind of weird. Okay, honestly, I would never like imagine that to be a good foundation applicator. Oh, you know what? This one feels way softer. How weird. I thought they were gonna be the same texture, but to me this one feels a little bit more hard, a little bit more firm, and then this one right here is definitely much more soft, but this is big. Y'all know how big my face is, but this is a big daddy right here. Anyways, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into all the details and the nitty gritty of this and compare it to a regular old powder puff. This is a different texture than a regular latex sponge or a beauty blender. So I'm gonna see if it's comparable to this and compare them side by side just to see, is it really worth the $18? Are influencers hyping it up just because it's Tati? And y'all know Tati is just so popular, almost at 10 million subscribers. We're gonna do the side by side test to see if it's really worth the money. If you guys are new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on your post notifications so that way you guys get notified when I upload a new video, because y'all don't want to miss a trashy video. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into the review. Alright, you guys, so as I said, it is $18, and what I really liked about this is the shipping was only $2.95. I am in California. I believe her shipping facility is in California as well too. It says Vanguard Drive, California. Yeah, so I believe her warehouse is in California. It came within 2 days, super fast, $3, really cheap. So I was really excited about that. So you guys, let me just go ahead and read the overview for you guys. It says the Blendiful is the makeup applicator you didn't know you needed. So it says makeup applicator, not sponge, because it is not a spongy texture. It's just, it's fluffy. It feels kind of like a stuffed animal. Like literally it feels like a regular old stuffed animal, you know? Anyways, this game-changing soft textured fabric tool is a blending dream that's designed to seamlessly apply and soften both liquid and powder products. So I'm going to try it with liquid and powder. The rounded edge and pointed tip help to provide a perfect blend step to step in your makeup application. Buff in foundation with a little product waste, experience seamless contour, smoother concealer, and the most airbrush powder application, even in those hard to reach areas of the face. Okay, it's funny that it says in the hard to reach areas of the face, because I was sitting here like, how you gonna, like, I mean, I guess it's just, I don't know, it's a little weird, and I don't know, I'm so used to using a sponge so you can go like this, you know, with it, and this is gonna be a little bit weird, so it's gonna be a learning curve, but we're gonna see, you know? Save product, save time, and become the expert makeup artist of your own unique routine. Okay. However you choose to use the Blendiful, you look, or your look, will be one with no harsh lines every time. And by the way, you guys, you guys know I'm a little dumb, okay? And I like to let everyone know that because I don't know everything. And I'm not gonna come on here acting like I know everything, because I really don't. It says that this is 100% polyester, okay? And y'all, I'm a little intrigued because the shirt that I'm wearing today is polyester. So I'm kind of like, can I use my shirt to apply my foundation now? Because I'm really curious. It says 100% polyester. I can't say this last word, but polyurethane? Polyurethane, I don't know. So anyways, it says cleaning instructions: machine wash and dry in delicate laundry bag or gentle hand wash in warm soapy water. Rinse thoroughly and blot dry. Okay, you guys, so look, you guys can apply your primer with the actual product if you want. However, I'm not going to do that because I never do that. And I'm going to use this vitamin enriched base, which I haven't used in a really long time, because during the summer my skin was getting so oily. However, now in the winter my skin's getting so dry, and I do feel like this one is a little bit more moisturizing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this with my finger. Like I said, you can do it with the Blendiful. I just never do that. I don't know why I don't like it. Alright, you guys, so I super zoomed you in. I have on the Vitamin Enriched Bobbi Brown face base, and then I'm gonna go ahead. So this is this big old thing. Honestly, you guys, like, look, just to be straight up with you, it doesn't seem like a product that I'm going to reach for because it's just so awkward. Like, I feel like this is so big, and you guys know my face is so huge, like literally huge, and this, like, I just don't see how you're gonna get any type of precision. I'm gonna use the little one, of course, too, but I wanted to use this, and I wanted to use the small one. The small one I'm gonna use around the eyes. And just to give you guys the heads up right away, when I do my face with this MAC powder puff right here, I'm going to probably use the small Tati Blendiful around the eye area, because this is rounded, so like that is like really hard to get up in there, but I'm gonna try. Anyways, as you guys know, I'm going to go ahead and go in with a foundation that I'm super familiar with, because I know what the application already looks like. So say, for example, I have used a beauty blender, I've used the Fenty, I've used several other things as well too, you know? So I am very familiar with this product, so I want to see if this really changes it, to see if it's really necessary. Like, what makes this different than using a beauty blender or a Fenty beauty sponge, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with here with the Huda Beauty foundation. You just need a little bit. I'm not even gonna do a full pump. I'm gonna do like kind of like half a pump and just take it right there. I feel like this is gonna be like really messy, but let's just see. I know that like it looks like so little, but watch, you guys, it probably covered my whole face right here. So my right side I'm going to be using the Blendiful, the left side I'm going to be using the MAC powder puff. So let's go ahead and, oh, that's probably too much there, but let's see. Okay, this is really interesting, honestly. I'm like, this is so big it feels uncomfortable. Well, so far so good. I mean, it's not looking bad, it's just looking normal, I guess, you know? Okay, so this is where I am like very intrigued to see how this is going to work. So I'm gonna bend it like this, because around my nose, obviously that's a super like hard area to get into. And I even have a time with a regular, like, well, you guys know I like the Fenty beauty sponge rather than the beauty blender, although I do like the beauty blender too, don't get me wrong. I just prefer the Fenty one. But with that one I have trouble with it. With the beauty blender, since it's pointed, it's easier, but you could bend this pretty easy. So I'm just gonna go right up in there and press it in. Okay, looks good, looks good. Okay, overall I feel like it's doing a nice application. Like, just to be straight up with you guys, it's nothing like, oh my god, you know, it's so amazing. It's good though, it's applying it good. Nothing too special, but definitely not bad, which is good. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is go in with my concealer. Now, normally you guys can just, you know, put it straight on the sponge. I like a big applicator like this. I'm taking the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover in the shade M100 Golden Neutral. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this underneath my eye. And look, you guys, I'm using this concealer specifically because you guys know this is like one of my favorite dupes for the Tarte Shape Tape. It's only like $5. It's amazing. However, this concealer with a brush is terrible, like literally terrible. It just like pools, separates, gets patchy, but with a sponge it's amazing. It's so comparable to Tarte Shape Tape. So what I'm gonna do right now is we're really gonna see, is this, you know, worth it? Is it gonna be like a brush with this, or is it gonna be like a beauty blender or, you know, Fenty sponge? So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that there, and then we're gonna go ahead and blend it out with the little one, which, like I said, it is more firm. It's definitely, this one I feel like it has like a filling inside of it, like it has like padding, as to where this one I don't, or maybe it has a thin padding inside of it. I don't know. The shape of these is just really awkward to me. Like, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of the shape and feel of it in the hand. It feels kind of weird. But, you know, if it, like, blends out bomb, why not? So, let's go ahead and see how this is. Okay, I definitely like this little one better. I feel like I have more control and I actually get to see the rest of my face. So I see how it's looking. Okay, and it says that it can get into the hard to reach area. So let's just see right here in the corner of the eye. That's like the most hard to reach area. So let's see. Okay, this is looking really good. Oh yeah, okay. All right, that's looking good. And you know what? Hardly any product is like going to waste there. It is all applying onto the skin, so that's good. I'm just gonna put a little dot more right up next to my lash line because I didn't get enough right there, and I mean like the tiniest dot right there. Okay, honestly, guys, this blended out really easily and really good. Not gonna lie to you, like that was super easy. Just a couple little dabs. I guess maybe because it's so big. But yeah, this blends out really, really good actually. Yeah, I like this little one. You know what? I could see myself using this little one for my whole face because I like that I can actually see, because I like to be able to see, is my skin getting patchy? Is it separating? Is it acting funky? Like, I don't like to just be like, do, and then be like, oh my God, you know, I like to see as I go. So, okay, that looks really good. Okay. Low-key shook by that. I feel like that looks pretty bomb. Now, before I even go into the other side, I'm gonna go ahead and just set this under eye right here. I'm gonna use the big one for this because I wanna see if you just wanted to use this for the whole face because it's so big. So I'm gonna bend it like that and then go ahead and take the powder on there and let's see. Okay. Okay, that is looking really smooth under the eye. Okay. Actually, huh. I may be a fan of this. You know where we're gonna really see the test though? On my forehead. You guys know my forehead is my biggest problem area. And the reason why I like the Fenty sponge specifically is because it has that flat end. So I feel like when I use that, it's actually pressing it more into my skin rather than laying on top, because when a product lays on top, that's when I find that it's setting in my fine lines more. So say for example, when a product is being pushed into the skin and then I pack powder on it, it's not giving any room for it to sit in fine lines. And this one I'm really intrigued to see how it's going to look on my fine lines on my forehead, but that right there is looking pretty good. So here we're gonna go in for the test right here to see, is it really worth it, or is it just like a regular old like sponge, which I will say the texture, it's similar. It's not the same. It's definitely not the same, but the texture of this is way different than, I wish I had a regular beauty sponge, but you guys know a regular beauty sponge, right? The ones that they sell like Sally Beauty Supply or like Ulta, the wedges, you know? It's a different texture than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the same amount of foundation onto this powder puff right here, which is a MAC one, which they do have way cheaper ones, especially at Namie's too, you guys. At Namie's, if you get a discount on it, they're like super cheap. But like I said, I was working at MAC when I purchased this, and it was only for two of them, I think like less than $7. So that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and see right here. Okay, well, right away I will definitely tell you, look how it's just eating up that product. It's absorbing that product, even though this doesn't absorb water. I actually just washed it right before, and it doesn't absorb water, so it's not a sponge like that. Okay, yeah, this is, look at that. Look at the coverage there. Way less. Okay, I am putting on more foundation here to try to get to the same coverage as this. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is eating up so much product. You could see it like absorbing into the sponge. But let's go ahead and see if the texture is gonna come out the same. No, this is not, yeah. Okay, well, this is not looking the same at all. But you know what though, I just wanted to test it out because we want to see, is it worth the $18 or can you just use a regular old sponge? It's not looking bad though. It's just not looking as good as the Tati Beauty, because the Tati Beauty did leave it really smooth and flawless, like how it normally looks, to be honest with you. So I went ahead and did this eye off of camera. I did it with the oh my gosh, Blendiful and combine them. I did it with the little Blendiful. And I have to say, underneath the eye, I am really loving the way that this applies powder and concealer underneath the eye. As far as the face, I feel like it's nothing special. It's not like, oh my gosh, you know, but it is good, but it's nothing special. But underneath my eye, like straight up though, my under eyes look bomb. I don't know if that's reading on camera. I hope so, because in person it's looking bomb. I did set it. Now, this is going to be the biggest test. As you guys know, whenever I do my foundation reviews, it's always the biggest test because my forehead is just so problematic, you know? It is like the Jaclyn Hill of my face. Problematic. Not just playing. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of the Huda Beauty foundation, and then I'm just going to slap that all over my forehead. And you know what? If you guys have a forehead like mine that does have a lot of fine lines and I have prominent wrinkles in the center, I like to start with the perimeters and then blend in, because if you start with too much product in one area, then that is just going to make those lines crease, you know? And that's why I love this Huda Beauty foundation, is because it's so full coverage that I don't need to, oh my gosh, I think that I put too much. I don't need to use too much of it, so therefore it's not sitting in my fine lines, because it doesn't take a lot to build this up. I switched the sponge over because I was like, you know what, I put too much on there, so let's go ahead and see. You know what I will say though? This covers a big old forehead like mine really, really fast, so that's good. Okay, so on my forehead, I did have to go in and build with a little bit more because I found that this end was kind of like taking it off when I was pressing, you know? So it's kind of like you gotta, I don't know, I feel like it's easier to go like this and leave your hand outward versus like this. I don't know. Anyways, the application is okay. I mean, like I said, with the rest of my cheeks, nothing special. I feel like so far underneath my eyes is just like wowing me, but the rest is like, whatever, you know? It's not like something that I'm gonna be like reaching for all the time. So I'm just packing on my Laura Mercier translucent powder right now. I definitely feel like this product works way better with powder, because you know what, putting my powder on my forehead with this, it is just looking so bomb. That I really, really do like it with powder. And I think that's why I like it so much underneath my eye, because the way this applies powder is bomb. Okay, let me zoom y'all out because I don't know what came over me. I was just like, oh, the conspiracy palette's sitting right here. Let me throw on a shade because I haven't used it in forever, so I literally just threw on Diet Root Beer and Just a Theory. Like, it looks busted, but I was just like, oh, you know, whatever. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw on a little bit of bronzer, and then we're just gonna go ahead and end this video. This is super, super long. I'm actually taking a MAC Studio Fix right here. This is in the shade C6, which is actually my summer color, but it just shows you how dark I can get and how light I can get. It's kind of crazy, but we're just gonna go ahead and see. This is gonna be a little, you know what? Let me not take it with the small one. I'm gonna take it with this so that way I can bend it to see. Overall, I really do like the way that this looks. The way it works with powders, with liquids, is just kind of like, okay, you know, it's not bad, but let's see with this. I just feel like it feels weird putting on bronzer with a sponge. It's just something that I never do, but I mean, technically it's working. It's just weird to me. I don't really feel like I have too much control of the product as I do with a brush, but I mean, it is working technically. So I took the little one right now just to clean up the line right there, and then for the last step, and then we'll be done with this video, I'm just gonna go ahead and take some on my forehead. This is where I feel like for somebody like me, because I'm bald, it's gonna be super quick and easy. So this will be kind of cool because it's so big, but it just, I don't know, it just feels weird using a sponge for bronzer. But hey, I really did like the way it applied powder, so I was like, you know what, let me try it with this and then see how the application will be. And which, I mean, it is applying it nice. Like I said, it's just weird, but maybe it's because it's new. Okay, that was really quick and easy, you see. Maybe I will use it on my forehead for bronzer because it's so big and you just tap it in there and then bam, just throw it on. It's really, really fast actually to use because it's so big, but I'm just so used to a brush. But that applied it really fast, actually. Let me just blend it in a little bit more. All right, you guys, so I just put on a little bit of the CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunner highlight, which you guys know this, like, is one of my favorite highlights. It's super bomb, and I think it's only $5 too. And I just put on a ColourPop gloss, which it has to be super old, called Charming. It literally feels like sand on my lips. So gross, but I felt like my lips were bare. So to give you guys my final review on this, I do like it, definitely. I just don't think it's gonna be one of those things that I'm like reaching for all the time. I will say I will be reaching for it for my powder though, because I love the way it set my powder on my forehead. And you know what? My forehead looks really good and really smooth. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, as well as my under eye. It just looks really good. It did apply the foundation good. It just wasn't anything special to make me be like, oh my god, you know, but the powder, the way it applied powder was great. So I highly recommend it for powder. For liquid foundation, honestly, I feel like it is just the same thing as a beauty blender or a Fenty beauty sponge in my personal opinion, but it did a good job because I do love the way that applies it. I just feel like that's a little bit more convenient, but maybe it's just something that I need to get used to because the shape is just, I don't know, it's so big and kind of funky. But for powder, love it 100%. Overall, I like it. I have nothing really bad to say about it. I don't feel like it's gimmicky. I don't feel like it's a waste of money. I do feel like it's kind of like one of those things, to be honest with you, that like if I lost it, would I buy another one? No. But that doesn't mean I didn't like it. It just means I'm not like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. You get me? I hope you guys understand what I am saying. I think that if you guys are in the market for a new applicator for your foundation, or if you, say for example, need a new beauty blender, this may be worth giving it a shot. And if you guys got a big forehead like me, I gotta tell you, that was really cool to put on bronzer with because it did it super fast. Just on my cheeks was kind of weird to do. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this if you guys do have it, or if you guys plan on getting it. Let me know what you think about it. Once again, it's $18, $2.95 for shipping. I believe if you're in the US. I don't know outside of the US, but I feel like it's a pretty fair price, pretty good price. And I'm excited for her to come out with another eyeshadow palette because I hear nothing but amazing things about it. So when she comes out with another one, I'm gonna buy it. The first one, to me, the colors, I'm just like, I literally have every single one of those colors, so I just kind of want to see something a little bit different, and I'm going to buy it and hopefully do a review on that as well. So anyways, you guys, I hope you guys like this review, and I have plenty more to come. Hopefully soon. You know what? I'm thinking about trying the CoverGirl Skin Milk foundation. We'll see if I can find it. Hopefully I'll have that up soon for you guys. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.